Hey guys, welcome to another video of MaxiAspie, and I am very sorry it's been a long time. I keep saying I'm going to get on track and I'm going to come back. I mean, I've got on track, but I keep saying I'm going to come back, and then something happens and it never really does. But I've still got videos to come out. I've still got when I flew a plane. I've still got my 2023 speeches, 2024 speeches. So it's all sort of, yeah, building up, but it will come out, it will happen. So, please keep the patience and everything else. But today I share some great news as my yearly series, the Autism Connections, is coming back this week. We're now on series 7 and it's flown by. I can't believe how long the series has been going. It's probably the longest series I've ever sort of made, and it will be coming out in time for Autism Acceptance Week, which is this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 30th of March to the 6th of April, Autism Acceptance Week. There will be an episode every day for this year's Autism Connections. So without further ado, the first guest for the first episode of Autism Connection Series 7 is Don Biswas. Now, Don is a comedian. He is a regular face on the UK comedy circuit. He has his own comedy special on BBC Radio 4, Neurotopical, and he has appeared on Radio 4's 13 Million Club, Rosie Jones' Box Ticker, UK TV Digital's Rosie Jones' Disabled Comedy Extravaganza, BBC Online's Future Food Stars, and BBC's Asian Network's Comedy Night. Now, Don is neurodivergent. He is dyspraxic, ADHD and autistic, and I know that he brings his lived experiences through his comedy work and is just such a guest to have. And his episode will be out on Monday. On Tuesday we are joined by Robyn Bailey. Robyn is an ambassador for Diversita, just like myself, where she serves as a specialist advisor for Diversita Connect. She plays a key role in shaping the platform to ensure it effectively supports neurodivergent individuals and inclusive employers. Currently working as an employment advisor within the NHS Talking Therapies, Robyn specialises in ADHD awareness, coaching and social inclusion. She is highly trained in crisis support and recovery, holding certifications in both ASSIST, which is the suicide intervention, and realising recovery, ensuring her work is grounded in empathy, understanding and safety. Robyn is a great guest to have because I've spoken at many speeches with her for Diversita, and I think the added value she brings as well is she is also diagnosed with ADHD, so she has that insight and that advice that will be so good for this week on the Autism Connections. Episode 3, which is airing on Wednesday, will have someone that I used to work with, and his name is Paul Bullock. Now, Paul is an integrity, governance and reporting manager. I first met him in 2014 when I started my first IT job, and I had the opportunity to work with him for many years. Throughout that time, I found him incredibly supportive in my journey. And that will translate as because Paul is one of the reasons why I was able to pass my apprenticeship, because it took me 7 times to pass maths, and in our episode we will talk about how he helped me on that journey. And then episode 4, which is coming Thursday, we have none other than Tania Martin. Tania was a finalist at the Neurodiversity Business Awards 2026 for Trailblazer of the Year. Tania is the founder of Peg Squared, where she supports leaders in understanding neurodiversity in the workplace and implementing practical, neuro-inclusive strategies across leadership, recruitment, and the wider employee life cycle. Leaders are increasingly expected to support neurodivergent employees and make inclusive decisions, often without clear guidance or practical tools. The gap between intention and action is where many organisations struggle. I think the work that Tania does is amazing. It needs to happen because currently we're looking at 22 to 30% of autistic people in any form of work, and that number needs to change. It needs to go up compared to where the numbers should be in correspondence to, even where people have disabilities that are able to get work, autism falls very much down that path. And then the last guest of this series for Autism Connection Series 7 is Lord Touhig. Now, Lord Touhig, I met him back in 2018, which is gone, I don't know where it's gone. However, we stayed in touch ever since. Lord Touhig is a respected voice in the House of Lords. Throughout his career, he has been a strong advocate for disability rights and inclusive policy, using his platform to raise awareness and drive meaningful change across government and society. With decades of experience in public service, he brings a unique perspective on how legislation, leadership, and lived experience can come together to create a more inclusive world. As conversations around autism continue to grow, voices like his play an important role in bridging the gap between policy and real-world impact. And the first time I met him was at a roundtable meeting up at Houses of Parliament, and I felt that everyone sort of has rose-tinted glasses they don't fully understand, and he was different from that. You know, he took the opportunity to get to know me, even come down to my workplace to see how I was supported, what needed to be done, and how that could translate into other workplaces. So that is our lineup this year. I want to say thank you to everyone in advance who's took part in this series. It's an incredible lineup, and it's so many different perspectives and different people, you know, from different backgrounds, different cultures, and I think that is the true meaning of diversity, you know, and inclusion is including people and getting their thoughts and their opinions on what needs to be done and everything else. But that will be coming out this week, be an episode every night. They are all online, and I just can't wait to bring some more acceptance, more awareness, more understanding and more empathy for autism and neurodiversity and the connections that are built from that. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Thank you to all the people who are starring in this series. And guys, thank you for watching. Take care and goodbye for now.